Hey guys, it's John for Cartridge Blast Gamers here with another Cartridge Blast podcast. It is episode 38, and I am joined with
Jonah
and
Carmine.
We haven't seen Carmine in a couple of weeks, actually.
Well, that's because we're only doing the podcast every other week now, John.
That's because you're not here every week. Actually, that's true. And if you didn't know, we're actually going to do a podcast every other week, and in between, do a live stream on Saturday mornings.
We just did Cuphead
We
this
did do
Saturday,
Cuphead.
And you should check it out if you haven't seen it yet.
I checked it out.
Hell yeah, you
I'm
loved
pretty
it.
disappointed in Jonah's play.
I was
Here
the
I
key
am trying
player.
to carry the team.
Mugman carried everyone. Both
That's
people
definitely not
involved.
what happened, Jonah. You're lying to the audience.
I don't know what you're
right
talking
now.
about.
No.
If you saw the frog fight, I was
saw
a key
the frog
player.
fight. The frog fight. The
Frog
fight.
Fright of Doom.
Yeah.
It was scary.
When they did the little rolly thing and they turned it into some sort of cash register.
Yeah, man.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
The game is very creative. I enjoy it a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, I know you enjoyed it. You did really well, John.
Hey,
Wait, no, he didn't.
He's
It was garbage. I was good.
I didn't even have the TV on.
I don't know. Pretty sure John was looking down texting as he was playing.
Yeah, I wasn't even there.
Oh, geez.
And I thought I saw Jonah doing it as well. It's just that he wasn't playing as well.
That's right. He was trying. He was like, how's he doing that? What's going on?
Well, moving on.
Aw, why? We were getting good.
But so how was Cuphead? Good? All in all, like, not just for, like, saying, like, oh, it was great, go check out the Let's Play. But all in all, what do you guys think of the game?
Nah, just go check out the Let's Play.
Okay, you do that too. But seriously, what do you think of the game?
I think it's fun. I just don't like. It's just
If
really
you're going
hard.
to say it's difficult, if you're going to say because it's difficult, I'm going to say get good. I'm just going to go right to what John thinks.
Why didn't you get good? Well, it's because you have to learn a pattern. It's not difficult if you learn the pattern.
So
And
old school games?
Yeah, just like old school games. And then some of them have a lot of stuff going on at once, like the flower fight. A lot of
That was a
things.
lot going on at once, yeah. But on that, it's just very interesting and creative to see like what happens next. Like I don't mind dying because I just want to keep going to see what's gonna happen next because it's just crazy. Like the first battle I think we did was a giant potato.
Yes, yeah.
And I was like, why is this potato so angry at us? And then you beat him, and then you have to fight an onion, and then a carrot that has like some sort of mind control or something shooting at you. But I love the style of it. The only thing I have to say negative, the only thing negative about the game is during that frog battle.
Yeah.
The one frog, when they split up sides, like shoots this really weird looking thing at you, and it doesn't fit the style of the game. Like it's just like very bright, and it looks
like an energy ball.
It's an energy ball, but
from Dragon Ball.
it looks too HD.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And it's not like it doesn't look like it was hand drawn. It just because I guess the way the shape was, it just
Did it do anything from a gameplay mechanic? Like, did you shoot it and got life or something like
no.
that?
It's just you take damage.
It was
from
there
gotta
for you to
avoid it.
avoid.
Yeah. So there's that, and then I wasn't sure if like the guns actually did that much damage. I don't know if you always like say I had a really super gun and went back to play the potato again or the frogs again. I don't know if that gun would actually enable the next stage to come faster, or it's just always you have to hit it so many times and then they start doing their thing. Because I was playing it with Steph, my wife, and she's hilarious playing it, but she's actually really good, surprisingly. And I noticed that because I changed my weapon and it didn't seem like it was doing anything different. Like it wasn't like, okay, I'm shooting Jonah and then I have this big gun. Does that make it switch to stage 2 any faster? I just feel like you have to ride out the whole thing.
So before you go on, so there's different unlocks and stuff like that. Like you get different abilities, right? There's like an actual skill tree that I guess you unlock.
You get coins,
Okay.
and then you can go to the shop. You
And
can
buy
buy
stuff.
yourself another heart container or another.
But make sure you equip it though.
Yeah, you gotta equip it.
I bought a heart container in the beginning. I didn't equip it until the end because somebody in the chat reminded me.
Yeah, but actually the chat was very helpful too. But and then you can buy different weapons and different power-ups and stuff like that.
Sweet.
I
I want to play it.
Yeah, no, it's fun. And then so yeah, that was the only negative thing was just that one attack. It just didn't fit with the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Like it just feels like okay, let's make it was like almost 3D-ish, and it didn't. I don't know. It's just weird. If you saw it, you might know what I'm talking about. I mentioned in the stream, and then the idea of if your attacks really do that much difference in when the next stage happens.
Gotcha.
Because that was it. I was just curious because that would kind of take the fun away in a sense where it's like, yeah, I'm shooting you a million times. Why aren't you changing already? And it's like, wait, so it's basically just I just go through the stages and that's that. They're gonna do their thing anyway. Nothing what I do is gonna change that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it does because there are some instances where I feel like it went faster than others, but so anyway.
I think we started getting through the phases a little faster when we got the green bullet gun.
I feel like
it homes in on the damage spot.
I feel like the green thing does just a little bit less damage though.
Yeah, but in the end it does more
because
because
it balance.
Yeah, because
you're always hitting.
You're always hitting.
Yeah. But I like that spread gun I had, and they were saying if you stand up real close, you get more damage. So I was like really up close and doing it, but it reminded me of Contra, the game where, you kind of have to work together, and then especially during the running gun levels, because if one gets behind, like it doesn't matter.
You're talking about like the actual platforming levels.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if if one person's over here trying to shoot the balls, the enemy's coming, and then you're trying to go forward. It doesn't matter if you kill those guys; they're going to keep coming until you progress forward. And but I was thinking, it reminded me of Contra and kind of Battletoads, where I didn't know if 2-player made it harder in that sense.
I don't know.
Versus trying to.
I think somebody in chat said it was harder with 2 players.
It made it harder, but the good thing is you can revive each other.
Yeah.
And I think you can do that as long as you keep reaching each other and doing it. Oops, sorry, my phone was ringing.
How unprofessional.
Actually I should have took that because that's actually a contractor I was trying to get in touch with.
I mean, if you need to stop, Johnny, let me know.
No, but I'll talk to him.
This
later.
is far too important.
Yeah. You guys matter more than my construction ideas.
She's lying to you. Continue on though, John.
Well, I don't know what I was talking about. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so it was fun. It was just one of those things where I wasn't sure if it helped, but it did help because I know, you and I going, the experience is a lot better with 2 people because with like one person, it's fun. You can you can concentrate just a little bit more.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you want somebody there to experience the venture with you.
I think solo you eventually get frustrated a lot quicker, just because there's nobody to bounce jokes off of and laugh about stuff that happens on the screen. But and by yourself, you're just like,
you're saying
well,
misery loves company. Is
yeah,
what you're
basically
saying?
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
because I know that the amount of time we played that game, if I was by myself, I would be upset.
He would have shut off the game and that was it.
But I had a good time.
You tried walking out once. You're like, I'm done. But you didn't want to knock anything over.
Yeah.
So like, no, I'll stay.
There was a very precarious
John almost
situation.
broke your controller. That would have been great.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome. Something awesome to happen on stream right there.
The elite controller.
Watch John's reaction.
$130
As he
controller.
slowly chokes out Jonah.
I'll kill you. But no, I really like the game. I'm impressed with the visuals. I mean, that was the one thing.
It was really polished. I didn't really see any bugs or anything that happened.
I think a patch just happened to go out because I know I just got it the other day just before we streamed, so I made sure everything was updated. But apparently a patch came out. That might have been for the PC version only, but like you said, yeah, everything seemed good and there was no hiccups really. The only thing that I would have to say too is maybe the loading screens. Like I don't know why there has to be loading screens when you're not really interacting with the background at all. It's just doing its.
I mean, everything.
You still have to process the animation and everything like that. You still have the animations going on in the background, though, right? The rest of the background's moving most of the time, and then you have everything else.
Like remember that the mugging guy who just looks like he's about to mug
That
you?
was hilarious.
He was always just like shuffling.
He's
around.
a coin. He's just there. And just like it's like no, that guy's gonna get us. He's gonna mug us. But Jonah, did you have any favorite levels or boss battles that came to mind, or did you just hated the experience?
No, I actually had a lot of fun, and I think my favorite one is the jelly guy, the bouncing blue jelly guy.
Oh yeah, the ball.
I think one of the reasons is because we actually beat him. so it's like, oh, we faced the challenge and we overcame it.
Yeah.
But he was also really funny. He just grew and he had that face where he's got one like the double cleft chin.
Yeah.
It looks like he would have that if he had a chin.
Yeah. And then he goes, it turns into a tombstone. I'm like,
yeah.
I think we beat him. And then the tombstone
unexpected.
starts attacking us. It's like, nope, we're dead.
Yeah.
But I think actually that's one of the battles. I guess we were supposed to go one way, but we kept going this way to harder guys first. So we're like, wait, why? And one of the guys on the stream was like, no, go. You should go do the blue blob first. I was like, oh, okay. But no, that was fun. I mean, I enjoyed the whole thing. And then I went back and played it again. So it's a good time.
Did you beat the frog guy?
We did beat the frog guy. Steph and I beat him.
I was close.
I believe
we had to end the stream. I would have done it.
It's crazy because you get to the cash register part, and then it's when you pull the lever, that's when he throws like the random things at you, and
that's when you can damage him.
Yeah, it's not that hard. It's just I don't know. The fight was fun. It's just like I said, that one part where that stupid thing didn't look like it was part of the rest of the art style, which is everyone's probably like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah,
but go watch it. You'll understand.
You will understand.
But but Cuphead's awesome. If you haven't tried it, give it a shot. It's only $20. Unfortunately, it's only digital. I would love to have that physical, but because it was digital, that's why we're able to play it. Thanks to you and your buddy.
Yep.
So we appreciate that. So thank you, John, for giving.
Thank you, John.
Not this John, another John.
No, I thank myself all the time.
There is actually other Johns out there, surprisingly.
No,
it's not true.
I'm pretty sure the first Jonah I've ever actually met, though, Jonah. I don't think I've ever met another
John. I'm the originator of the name.
Okay.
See, they were going to name him John, but then they said John, but fell and said at the same time. So like, oh, okay, Jonah.
well, they were holding me, went flying.
So they're like, John, okay. We'll just call him Jonah.
Yeah, that's how it went. 100%. We diverted quite a bit.
No, we're still on topic. What do you think of Cuphead after watching
Just
it?
from watching what you guys said. I mean, it looks cool. I want to play it. I mean, I don't really have any other input other than, hey, I want to play it.
Hey, I want to play it. Why couldn't I play? Why didn't you wait for me?
No. I told you guys you should go and play.
He misread that.
I did.
Yeah, I know.
I really thought he was coming, and as Jonah came, I was like,
next week.
I was like
this week.
I was like, wait a minute. Saturday. Where's Carmine? I was like, I haven't heard from him. Is he still coming? You're like, no, I think he meant next week he'll be able to. I was like, oh. Crud. I was like, I already tweeted out that we're playing that.
No, play it. Like, that's what I wanted. That's why I sent it to you guys, so you could play it. So you don't have to wait for me.
Yeah. But as we're talking about the stream, because we're doing this on YouTube Live, just because I feel like trying to play it on Twitch, we wouldn't get that many.
The stream we're doing on YouTube Live. Not this.
Yes. No, not this. That's what we're talking about. Just because it's just easier for people to see, I think, because they know where the page is.
I agree.
Anyway.
And that's what I think we're seeing from a...
versus getting lost in the millions of other people that are streaming things all the time.
On Twitch.
Yeah. So thank you if you've watched the video. We appreciate it. And speaking of streaming, what do you guys want to stream next time? You guys want to do a Cuphead or you want to do something different? Because I just got the Sega Flashback HD version, the 2017 complete version, not the bad flawed ones that went out for early reviews, which apparently goes back to this one video where people think we reviewed the thing, but we're just talking about how the flawed systems were doing bad.
I don't know. I think they're all flawed. I'm not sure. They might all be flawed.
Sega.
This is why we had bad reviews, because I had him and Chris here going, yeah, what, they don't have all the golden axes? Throw it in the garbage. What's wrong with you? And then I'm like, Chris, what?
I wasn't there for that episode,
I know.
Right? Okay.
I couldn't use your input.
I washed my hands with this sin.
Absolutely.
Help me.
Just wash my hands with this
I was like, wait,
away.
just to throw it out there.
The biggest negative video we have, and I wasn't there, so I'm okay with it.
I'm good.
I can sleep at night. I'm good with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you got it, you want to open up? I mean, we can blow through as many games as there are.
I want to do a live review of it, actually. So we'll open it up, play the game, see what it's all about.
I'll see how many Sonics I can get through the system. How many Sonics I can beat in that time. It's meant to be played fast. You just got to go.
That's not that easy.
You'll be surprised.
How far did you get in Sonic 1, by the way?
I beat it.
Did you?
I beat it.
Then you should know the second level is actually hard. When the lava's coming up and everything?
Mm-hmm. Not hard.
Is it because you just kept going right? See, I went left once.
I went left once.
I played a lot of Sonic when I was younger.
It's like a platforming sin.
I had Nintendo and then Sega. And I played a lot of Sonic, all three Sonics, even with or without the Game Genie. Because I did use a Game Genie.
Who uses Game Genie? What's wrong with you?
Because it's fun. Because you get a super jump.
You can
jump like all the way up. All the way up.
How far were you able to go? What is all the way up? Was there a secret?
I don't know if I ever actually went all the way up. I feel like I just fine-tuned it a little bit to make me a little bit better.
There should have been a code where it's like
infinite, like shields or whatever. Like I think you could like keep your shield on and stuff like that. There's a bunch of different codes.
That'd be cool if you can just like completely destroy right through the level. Like you don't even go up the ramps. You go right through them, through the wall to the end. And then each boss. So
there's Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3 on there.
I don't know if there's Sonic 1 through 3. There is Sonic 3 on it, which is rare for the flashback, I think, because there's a lot of issues with copyrights with the music. And actually, fun fact, Michael Jackson actually produced music for Sonic 3.
Maybe I'll play Sonic 3, see if we can get a copyright claim.
You hear
keep pushing that button.
you hear Thriller in the background. But there's Sonic, there's that, and then there's Sonic 3D Blast, and that's just the ones I looked.
I played 3D Blast originally. I think that was the one that was a little more overhead. I think
I played it recently on the PlayStation 3 collection. I was playing that actually recently, and honestly, I wasn't too thrilled with the game. I mean, I didn't give it that much of a chance. I was playing maybe 10, 15 minutes of it, and because I was playing. I was trying to beat Sonic 1. I only got so far in it, but then...
What else is on there?
The collection? The flashback? The
flashback. Mortal Kombat's on there, right?
There's Mortal Kombat 3.
Isn't there a lot of no-name games?
Is it Mortal Kombat 3 or Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate with everybody on it?
I think it's MK3. Don't quote me on this. You know what? Screw it. I'm getting the box.
All right,
in the box.
The hell am I sitting here for?
We're live doing this. I just dropped the pen.
Guys, talk about something while I vanish for a second.
So, Jonah, what are you playing?
Okay, so I just beat Mario Odyssey, and I'm about to play Destiny, because the expansion just came out today.
So let's talk about Mario Odyssey. How terrible of a game is it?
It's probably 0 out of 10. 100%. I wish I never bought this
seriously,
game.
all right, so you played it, you love it, you agree with everything everybody said about it?
Yeah.
There's no flaws?
No flaws.
No flaws.
100% no flaws.
100%.
This is the second.
Even with all the grinding for the moons and everything like that?
I mean, I haven't done that.
Okay, so...
So it's
that looks pretty good. That's a nice little box.
In the box, the box looks nice.
Did you get it off the Amazon?
No, actually, Amazon don't get this on because you can't get it on Amazon for its regular price until it's, I guess, until they have it in stock or something. Because there's a lot of third parties that overprice the damn thing. It's like the SNES Classic on the on Amazon. So, but actually, this is my.
Oh, you got Altered Beast on here too.
Yeah. Okay, so they have.
It's only Sonic and Knuckles and 3D Blast. Oh, and Sonic Pinball. Oh my god!
But they have Sonic 2 on the front.
Oh, okay.
So looking at this box, I'm not entirely sure.
More.
I mean, honestly, I can just look at it right now online.
Vector Man. I used to have so many of these games.
So basically, trying to get this actually was kind of a pain because Office Depot apparently had it for only $49.99. But when I ordered it, they sent me last year's version. So
what were you guys talking about with Golden Axe? There's 2 Golden Axe games on here.
Golden Axe 2, Golden Axe 3.
Yeah.
As far as I see on here, they might have them unlocked.
So wait, Chris's problem with it wasn't that there wasn't all of the Golden Axe games?
I don't know what his problem was. He wasn't.
That was just an example.
Honestly, I don't think he was paying attention in that video. I was like, what would you like to see on Sega Flashback? He's like, I like to see more Golden Axe. I was like, there is more Golden Axe on it.
Mortal Kombat 2 and 3. That's some decent games on here.
I'm excited for Virtual Fighter 2.
85 built-in games. That's a lot.
I remember playing Virtual Fighter 2 on the PC for the longest time.
I remember
Shinobi. I never played it, but I remember a lot of people talking about that.
Yeah.
I remember on this
Brick Breaker or something? What is that? I can't read it. Oh, Columns.
I remember on this one, there's a lot of padding games there.
They had 3 Golden Axe games on here, John. What one was he upset about?
I don't know what his problem was. He thought maybe there was more. But,
ages 15 and up. Really?
That's
just because of the maturity of it?
Yeah, probably Mortal Kombat or something. Probably the MSRP.
Yeah, you're probably right. Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm. Alien Storm, that was a game I was talking about last week, Jonah, when I was playing.
Podcast. It's all about Bonanza Bros.
Bonanza Bros. Let's see what games are on here.
Or should I just put this on the side?
Well, keep it in the front. it's the star of the show at this moment. Okay.
So, did you get the list? Because I was talking to Jonah about how Mario Odyssey was.
Oh yeah, how is it?
It's good.
I thought you talked about that actually. How did you beat it yet?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you brought it in.
Was it everything that you hoped for?
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Better than Zelda.
Yes, it's better than Zelda.
So you're done with Zelda too, right? You're just.
I didn't beat Zelda, so I just brought it in.
You sure you don't want me to give it back to you to borrow more?
No. I'll ask later on if you still haven't traded it in. But for now, I'm done with it.
All right. Did the shrines get to you? Is that what it was?
It's just I'm tired of
cooking. It. One of the many issues that I brought up really got to you, Jonah. Which one was it?
It's just I just don't want to play it anymore. It's just tiring.
You got the list, John?
Yeah. So there wasn't Sonic 3 on here, was there? No, it's not on the back.
No,
it wasn't on the
Sonic
list.
and Knuckles, which I thought Sonic 3 was.
Well, Sonic and Knuckles was. It's an attachment.
So I'm assuming Sonic 3 comes with it.
You plug it into Sonic 3, and then you just basically play as Knuckles.
Yeah, through Sonic 3.
So I guess
Sonic and Knuckles is Sonic 3.
With different levels too, I think, or added levels. But so I guess if you think about it, Sonic and Knuckles is like Sonic 3.5. So I guess maybe that's good enough. So yeah, because so they have Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic Spinball, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Shining Force 2, Shining Force: The Legacy of Great Intention, which I don't think that must be Shining Force 3. But then they have on here, Phantasy Star 4. Okay.
Phantasy Star was the other big one.
Yeah. And so they have Phantasy Star 2 and Phantasy Star 4. What happened to Phantasy? Oh, they do have Phantasy Star 3.
So for the rest of the list, you can go check it out on Google.
Yeah, and they have Mortal Kombat 1 through 3. And they're not in order. That's why I'm stumbling on this list. Gotcha. Sorry, everybody. So yeah, I mean, they have all the games you're probably going to want to play for the most part. They have all the Golden Axes. They have bonus games on there, which may or may not be good. I don't know. There was some talk about the games not really being much. But I mean, they do have. What's cool is they have Game Gear games on here because honestly, Game Gear is one of the things I probably don't really.
Do they have Surf Ninjas?
No.
Game system's garbage.
I'm pretty sure there's a licensing issue.
I don't know what you're talking about. That was quality game right there on Game Gear.
I mean, obviously we would want Disney games on there because those are all cool on.
Like Aladdin, yeah. That's the only way to play Aladdin was on.
Yep, and then also we want like Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park! I played. I remember that. I sucked at it.
I like that. You can play as a raptor.
You can play as a raptor or Grant.
And then when you fight the T-Rex, he's like his head's the size of like Godzilla's face.
Yep.
It was actually a creepy game in a way, like the way that it looked. And in the beginning you hear the boom boom, and then just like the T-Rex is just like so. Anyway, Jonah, look, your favorite, Mr. Balls is on here.
Yeah, that's it, Mr. One.
That's a bonus game.
It's one of the bonus games.
Yeah. Oh, and they have Sonic Triple Trouble, Sonic Drift, Sonic Chaos, and those are all Game Gear games. Tales Adventures. So they have a lot of Sonic games for Game Gear.
Are these bonus games counting towards the 85 number on the front cover?
Maybe. I'm not counting them all in this though. But anyway, guys. So yeah, that's pretty much it about the flashback. But
until we review it.
So yeah, we'll give it a review.
So Jonah, what else are you playing other than Mario Odyssey? Well, you beat Mario Odyssey. So what else are you playing?
Well, I just got Assassin's Creed Origins. I haven't played that yet, but
I started it. It was good.
Yeah.
I gotta really get into it though. I'm getting a backlog now, and all I want to do is play right now. Obviously, is Destiny and.
Yeah, that's the thing. I also got Yakuza from the Black Friday deals, and so I have that and Assassin's Creed I need to get to after the campaign for Curse of Osiris is done with. Because I think the raid layer comes out next week, right? For Destiny?
I don't know. I thought it dropped day and date, but I guess not.
No, I thought that also, but I heard otherwise. Okay. So we have to wait for that. So I'll have a little bit of time to catch up. But how about you, John?
Blasphemy.
What
am I playing?
Other than Cuphead.
Pretty much Cuphead. No, I was playing the SNES Classic again, and then, like I said, I was playing the Sega collection for PS3.
Hell yeah.
That's just a fun. They have a lot of good games on there.
Good games in general right now.
Yeah. But I haven't really got to play anything modern besides Cuphead recently. I don't know. That's pretty much it, and still dabbing in Ocarina of Time on the 3DS, but
dabbing or dabbling?
No, he's dabbing.
I'm dabbing on there. I walk by my 2DS and I just dab and keep walking.
You're not even playing; you're just dabbing at it.
When is that emote coming back to Destiny? I need to be able to dab again.
Was there a dab emote?
Yeah, there was like a dab dance that like swung his arms, but if you dabbed quick enough and then like stopped it, it was just dab.
Oh, okay.
So yes and no.
But anyway, did we talk about what you're playing?
No.
What are you playing?
I have dabbled a little bit in Wolfenstein 2. Actually, I know you talked about Black Friday deals 2 weeks ago. I actually took advantage of the GameStop had Wolfenstein 2 at $25, and then Shadow of War at $25. I believe Nier Automata was also like 25, but it was like sold out so quick evidently for GameStop.
Yeah.
Like I could not find it for $25. All the GameStops had it sold out, and that was like the lowest price that I saw for Nier Automata. I heard it's an amazing game. A lot of people like it. I kind of definitely want to get it eventually and play it. But I did unwrap Wolfenstein 2 and played like the first like opening mission and all that other jazz. I just gotta get back to it. But at the same time, I played a little bit of Wolfenstein, and then I jumped back into Rainbow Six Siege, and I've been playing a lot of Rainbow Six Siege recently.
How is it?
It's good. It's just a lot of fun.
I haven't played that, like I said, since like it first came out.
I enjoy it. It's slow and methodical. They've done a lot of changes. They've added a lot of different operators and whatnot. I like it. I'm having a blast with it. It's a nice change of pace.
I always just see the videos where the one teammate just takes out the whole team in like seconds.
Yeah, I mean that'd be amazing. But like honestly, like every time I solo queue, I get my butt kicked. So unless I'm playing with people, like I feel like I'm like all thumbs.
Yeah, so I want to get back into that, and I want to play Wildlands again.
It was fun. I actually picked it up because on PlayStation Network it was $20.
Oh yeah,
for Rainbow Six Siege, like the base game. Everything else you got to pay for anyway, like all the additional content or operators or whatever.
Usually how it goes.
So I picked that up for $20 on the PSN Black Friday sale, as well as the Titanfall. I picked up Titanfall 2 digitally for $20 as well.
Nice.
How is the Rainbow Six Siege's like microtransaction?
I haven't messed around with it too much, but it seems like you can either pay currency to get like the kind of like a loot pack, like an alpha pack they call it, that has a bunch of cosmetic stuff, like different skins and paints and stuff like that. They also have you can actually buy currency just to unlock the operators.
Yeah, because I haven't heard anything bad about the way they do their microtransactions. No. But it's like a major part of how they make money for that game.
And that's why they can keep continuing to bring it out.
Yeah. So I figured maybe if other companies would learn what Rainbow Six is doing, maybe
so from my understanding of it, like I said, the currency that you want to buy, that you can either put it towards alpha packs, or you can just use a currency to actually unlock the different operators a lot faster.
Yeah, that sounds pretty rad.
So the operators and everything, like I said, like I was saying, you get the currency, you buy the operator, and like the operators, in order to actually cut down your time, like it's like 25,000 like the tickets or experience points that you would earn in order to actually unlock the newer ones, or you can pay like, I guess, I don't know what the currency rates are. All I know is it saves you a lot of time if you don't want to actually go and grind for the characters.
And
so it's very similar to kind of like what they do with Battlefront, but it's not like a pay to win because there's so many different operators, and all the operators have their own strengths and weaknesses.
I haven't played Rainbow Six since the beta, so I just there's no single player at all for this game.
There's situations which are almost like tutorial modes where you play as different operators in different scenarios to actually earn some of the points that you use to unlock operators and unlock different weapon attachments.
Right.
It's because you unlock, you always get, when you get the operator, you get the operator, the weapons, whatever utilities they have, like grenades, barricades, trip mines, whatever the case may be. But then, like, your weapons, you actually have to earn the points or the experience points to actually to unlock that and attach it to the weapon that you have. So you can, again, increase that or make that quicker if you go and you buy the currency up front.
Yeah, it's because I'm interested in Rainbow Six, but I don't think I'm going to get Siege if it that has no single player, just because of
here the one thing that they do have is they have Terrorist Hunt, which is PvE. So you have different scenarios where you have your team of operators, and it's wave upon wave upon wave of terrorists. Or I'm sorry, actually, I think it's a mixture of both. I haven't played the Terrorist Hunt most recently, but in like Rainbow Six Vegas 2, you had X number of terrorists that you had to go and take out.
Yeah,
within the level.
To me, that was the highlight. All those games. I mean, the Vegas games were awesome, and that's what I was expecting from this game.
Yeah.
So, actually, I don't know. I brought it up in another podcast because we do have videos of my brother and I playing Rainbow Six Siege early on, and I remember just trying to play Terrorist Hunt, and you couldn't pick Terrorist Hunt. Like, you just went into I would say, gambling system where you're basically like...
it was like a random game.
Exactly. It was just like... but most of them were the attack and defend thing.
I swear, like you're saying that, I'm like, I don't remember there being a time where you couldn't just select Terrorist Hunt.
I think for
every... I don't know if maybe you had to unlock it.
For every 3... I think there was 1 out of 3
Mm-hmm.
that you could play terrorist hunt. But you know, some of the missions are long and stuff like that. But I don't know. It might have been something because I think my brother was setting it up. I don't know what it was, but
I think Carmine just got lucky each time. And he
I
always
just don't remember. I don't
would.
recall like when it first came out, but I remember when it was out, I was just playing the multiplayer, the PvP stuff.
Yeah.
The thing that they are doing though is there's I don't know if it's rumors or confirmed. I feel like it's confirmed. I feel like people have been talking about it. The outbreak mode, which is going to be like their version of zombies, and with Rainbow Six, I think that's going to be very, very interesting. A lot more interesting than what they're probably doing with Call of Duty right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested to see what that's going to be like. I'm hoping it's going to be a little bit more Left 4 Dead, in a sense, than like what Call of Duty's doing.
How's the community with Rainbow Six? Because I remember Rainbow Six Vegas and Rainbow Six Vegas 2, but more Rainbow Six Vegas was really there was a lot of like serious players.
There are
like you had auditions. Like my brother was playing it for a while, and he was able to get me to play with him, but like the guy like hosting the game was like, all right, I'm gonna see how your boy's doing, and if he's not good, we're gonna kick him out. And I'm just like, really?
I don't think I want to play with you.
What they've done is that they made a casual playlist and a ranked playlist.
That was the same
competitive playlist.
Same with Vegas.
And
that's what it was.
It's in beta right now, but I think they're doing the whole seasons thing. Like you do your original matches, and then you get pretty much placed within your
a lot of things
learning curve.
A lot of games are doing that nowadays, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that like influence from MOBAs? Like
I think it originally, like I mean, I'm sure it originated somewhere before that, but like the big ranked matches the big ranked match modes I remember, like Halo 3. Like I remember Halo 3 grinding out. Like in Halo 3, like you had to win X amount of matches in order to actually move up in rank. And then like if you lost a bunch, you went back down. So like I remember like getting so frustrated, like trying to get to I think it was like level 30 or something in ranked. But it was a grind. It was something to work towards. That's the first time I remember having to deal with like a ranked mode where it was like a fluctuating.
But you know, like Halo, man, that's one of those games where if you put it down for like one day, you come back, like you feel like you just picked up the game for the first time.
And then of course, as you play it longer into the night, I was just getting more tired, and my reflexes were bad, and I was like, oh, why? Why? Yep. And then you're relying on teams that are made for you and not actually people that you're playing with potentially. And I was like, oh my gosh. But so they kind of alleviate some of that by having the casual and then the competitive.
That's what Vegas did. But that's what it was. It was just like you had tryouts before you can stay playing with these people.
But I mean, the game's a lot of fun. Like the operators are a lot of fun. It takes a little bit of time to unlock all the operators, but if you do all like the situational stuff, you get an X amount of tickets or renown points, I believe they're called, to unlock. Either heroes like Overwatch.
Heroes and villains. Darth Vader comes out with lightsabers.
Operators and different attachments for weapons and whatnot. Yeah. So I think it's a really well done game, and you know, again, it came out to kind of like okay reviews, but it's been adapted 3 years later, and they keep adding content.
It was like the Destiny,
and it's enough. It's enough for them just to keep going with it. I foresee it being more like a Counter-Strike thing. Like I think there will always be Rainbow Six Siege. I don't know if they'll ever do a sequel or they'll just continually update it. Yeah. So we'll see what they do, but it'd probably be a good idea for them to do a sequel and then get it like all the hype out there again and be like, oh, we're adding this, that, and the other thing. I want the Patriots campaign that they were trying to do originally. Everybody, do you remember
that's
that?
what it was supposed to be before Siege.
Originally, they had Rainbow Six coming out with a game, and they were doing a campaign mode that was called. No, I'm sorry. They were going to originally call Rainbow Six Patriots and not Rainbow Six Siege. Eventually, Rainbow Six Siege came out, which is mostly multiplayer. Obviously, with the ideas that they had from Patriots. But Rainbow Six Patriots was really supposed to be about an entire campaign based around domestic terrorism. And it seemed really cool. Some of the cutscenes that we saw looked really awesome. The trailer was out for it. And I'm really hoping that if they do a sequel, they do bring that back. Yeah. I hope they do an awesome campaign for Rainbow Six.
We'll see. I mean,
But they're doing really well with just what they're doing.
And that's, you know, it's tough to kind of get people on board with this single player unless, you know, it's basically like, I always look at it as like a cult classic movie where it first comes out, no one really pays attention to it till word of mouth. It's like, dude, you got to play this or you got to see this, you know what I mean? So that's the only way I could see it being popular, because I feel like they just canned it just the way everything was going.
I mean, maybe when we'll get together, we'll play a little bit of it. Just because, like I said, it's come a long way since probably you played it.
All right, so I'll start updating it now. It should be ready next month by the time we want to play.
You already got the game, so
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I mean, I've been willing, like, I hold on to my games just in case they get good again.
See, that's the right way to do. Because what I do is I buy them, trade them in, and then go buy them digitally for a second time.
Yeah.
And I buy them digitally for a second time to teach me a lesson that I shouldn't trade stuff in so quickly.
Shame. It's just the endless cycle.
But I wait for a sale. You know, $20, Rainbow Six, you can't beat that deal. And I've
yeah,
already got that back from the time I played.
Sure.
So I've been playing a lot of Rainbow Six Siege, really excited about it. And I'm going to probably put it away for a little bit and come back to it. I want to get through the campaign and everything for Curse of Osiris with Destiny. Get a whole idea of where they're kind of at with Destiny. We'll see if it pulls me back in or not. It really comes down to how the campaign and the loot and everything is going to have its hooks in me.
It's such a shame because...
I mean, I think I haven't really stepped away from Destiny. Like, I've still come in and played a little bit here and there. I've come in and tried to level up, like do the weekly stuff to level up some of my alternate characters. But I've jumped in and done Crucible a fair bit. Like, just here and there I'll jump in and do Crucible because it's just a fun Crucible. It's a fun PvP.
I feel like Destiny 1 was this game where everyone was just trying to figure out what it wanted to be together.
Yeah.
And now that we knew what game we wanted, everyone just kind of jumped in with their own ideas of what it should have been. Yeah. And now everyone's like, kind of like, eh.
Well, this is the big thing. Like, I'm trying to like formulate like something that I either do like a blogcast or like a separate video and just kind of look like they just had their big post about like the state of Destiny 2. My big takeaway from this whole thing is that when they had Taken King, that was the pinnacle, I think, of what they needed to do for Destiny. And I feel like they ignored everything after the original launch of Destiny 1 for the most part and started from scratch again. Like, you look at Taken King, you had exotic weapon quests. Like, they questified everything. Like, you had that grind because of the quest. You had class exotics that you got through the Arms Dealer. Or through Banshee.
Yeah.
So each individual class had its own exotics. You had a mission, a daily mission, a heroic daily mission where you could actually go a different path and unlock another exotic. Like, all that stuff. We don't have any of it now.
Yeah.
And that's what's the biggest surprise to me. Like, why go from there and kind of start from scratch almost? And like I said, not starting from scratch in a sense, but then you have the coin system and all this other stuff, and now they're peddling some of that back and adding in different materials so you can actually buy some of the weapons. But we were able to buy a lot of the weapons and not leave it up to chance in Destiny 1. And I don't think there was really anything wrong with that. So it's just like, I'd have to formulate like an entire like essay and do like a video essay to figure out, like get all my words and thoughts into like one place. But I think I'm going to wait, if I am going to do it, I'm going to wait until after I play this DLC and kind of go from there.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that surprised me most about Destiny 2, though, is the fact that there's still long periods of time where there's no updates from Bungie.
Yeah.
They just let us wallow in sadness.
Yeah.
Because back in the end of Destiny 1, they said that bringing Destiny 2 out and make it a complete new game because they want to have a new infrastructure for live updates so they can come out faster and more often. That hasn't happened.
We haven't really gotten. I mean, we've gotten some patch notes here and there, but like an update, like what we got today, was an update.
Yeah.
But it's been 3 months.
They were going to jump out with microtransactions, and they saw what was the backlash. They're like, whoa, hold on.
Yeah, that's a whole other story.
Yeah, it's basically how, the months after Taken King, there was nothing really happening other than a couple events after a couple months, like the racing event, SRL.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing now. So nothing's really changed. We just have less to do. So I think they need to address the fact that they promise live updates and they're not giving it to us.
Well, that's, when I jumped in, I was really excited to play along with you guys all the time. But then it was like, I feel like when you guys play it, you guys have different clans you guys are with, and you probably beat it 3 or 4 times before I even beat it the first time. But I just felt like it was I didn't want to drag you guys through the same thing over again. And then I beat the...
That's Destiny. You can just ask and I'll play.
I have no problems.
But then, like I beat the story, and you guys were right. Like, the final battle was just like, really? Like,
yeah, it wasn't the best.
I have to beat him.
Yeah, you really got to get into the end game, of which it's admittedly shallow currently.
Right now, it's very shallow. Like, it's still, I still agree that like from a shooter standpoint, like the best thing to experience in Destiny or first-person shooters to begin with, I believe, is the raid. Yes. Like, you really don't know you really don't know how good a first-person shooter can be, I feel like, until you experience like a Destiny raid. And that's just my opinion from a PvE standpoint. So it's the first time you ever had a raid in a PvE type of scenario, and it really is a completely crazy, awesome experience. But I digress.
I feel like this game for me personally would have been a million times better if I wasn't playing it in my adult life.
Yeah.
If you had more time?
Yeah, where we all come back from school, we meet up on Friday evenings, wherever, and we all just play it till the morning light, and we're just have a good time. Now it's like...
Oh, no, I still do that. There's still days where, like, even when I was playing Siege the other night, I was playing Destiny, actually, with John, the guy that got us the Cuphead code. I just jumped on with him for a little bit and started helping him try to power level up. And, we were playing until like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like...
I mean, that's the game, too, because...
Time gets away from you.
That's what happened the last time we played. I think it was about 4 a.m. or something like that. But it's like, I can't do that all the time.
Sure you can.
I wake up...
You can sleep when you're dead.
All the time. It's true. Although not sleeping might get me there faster.
There's never been a study that's shown that. It's all just lies.
Now that...
Those studies were lies?
Yeah, they're all lies.
They're not real studies.
All you need is a little bit of caffeine... Good game, you're fine.
A little heroin.
Crack cocaine.
Crack cocaine.
You
Get
don't
some
want to do
speed in you.
Heroin mellows you out. You want to be like...
Crack cocaine and speed.
Well,
break your controller.
Bringing that back a little bit. Now that raid layers are a thing, which are shorter raids, maybe you can...
Supposedly.
Maybe you can try one.
I'm really hoping it's like a Crota raid. Like, I just want to hope that they didn't want to call it a raid. Like, it's like Crota length, but they didn't want to call it a raid, so they called it a lair. You know what You know what I mean? Like,
it's like a super
strike.
Like
a fast pace, like like a super strike. Yeah, it's exactly kind of what I want, but we'll see how it goes. So that's pretty much that's what I'm playing.
Yeah.
That was just what we're playing. Okay.
That's just what we're playing. All right, so let's talk some news topics. That's floating around or whatever piques your interest.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's not really a lot of news, other than
snooze news.
Snooze, you lose.
Because we're in the heart of the holiday season, so a lot of people are holding a lot of their announcements and everything like that. But Megaman had 30th anniversary.
Yeah, Megaman 11 has been announced, and also Megaman Collection's coming to Switch. Is exactly
Megaman X.
Well, it's Megaman. They're going to catch up. They're going to get through the one through
for Switch. They're going to get both collections.
Yeah, and they're going to have the Megaman X collection for the current systems, sweet, including Switch, which is awesome. I can see Megaman.
I still don't have the collection. Do you have the collection? Did you get either one of them yet?
I have the collections for PS2, both Legacy 1 and 2, and then I have the PS4 version that had, what was it, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11?
So the second.
Or 8, 9, 10, 11, yeah.
Yes. Well, 11's not out yet, so.
That's right. I have them, guys. Trust me. I played it. It's all right.
I want to get them eventually just to have. They might be very at home on Switch, honestly. So maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. That's games I want to see come to Switch, like old school retro games, stuff like that, and even new... Like Shovel Knight, I think would be like I want to play that.
Good. Yeah, get a Switch and play it on Switch.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
You can play it on your 3DS actually. Your 2DS.
Well, that's true, but I would rather get the Switch version just because it'll probably look better and play a little bit better.
I mean, it's an 8-bit game, so whatever you want to play it on.
Yes. I mean, if you want to try Shovel Knight,
I don't even know.
I have it on the Wii U, and the Wii U's back there.
That's true.
Yeah,
still waiting to be played. But yeah, so Jonah, what do you think of Mega Man 2? I mean, you text us, you're like, guys, Mega Man 2. Or 11. I'm looking at
Roman numeral 2.
I'm looking at my I'm just not used to it being Mega Man 11. I think so. Okay. But what do you think of Mega Man 11?
I was happy it was announced. It does seem kind of similar to Mighty Number 9, the animation wise.
Yeah, a lot of people are getting hung up on the animation. I thought it looked fine, but I mean,
it's a year off from release, so
it's still got some time.
It's beta.
From what it looked like a Mega Man game though. Like it looked like everything I would expect, like from like playing a lot of Mega Man X. So
for me, it was the blocky 3D landscape. I'm not a fan of.
Okay.
Mega Man
from the level.
Yeah. Mega Man looks cool.
I like his redesign a lot.
The redesign looks cool. A lot of people are complaining like, oh, if it's just gonna be part of the Mega Man, it should be 8-bit. It should be just 8-bit. But you know what? That's okay.
I mean, like guys, come on. We can't stay in 8-bit for the rest of our lives.
You keep asking for Mega Man, but you keep asking for the same.
For me,
it's fine. But like, I'd rather have I'm not even gonna get in the argument. That's fine.
Honestly,
I'm happy with what I saw. I'll probably.
I would like to see a more cell shaded background and not this blocky 3D. It just doesn't look.
See, that's what I thought it would look like a little bit more. It was a little bit more cell shaded, but maybe, like I said, maybe I'll watch again.
It doesn't look like people were saying. Oh, it kind of looks slow down. It's not that it's slow down. It's just like things like I don't know. It's not. What was the word that you were using before? Like it's not artsy, but
stylized.
Stylized. It's not. Stylized. I guess we'll go with like
they didn't take many. They didn't take any liberties with the design, really. They just brought it up to modernize.
For me, it's the same problem I have with the current Marvel vs. Capcom games, where they're getting away from the art realistic style of it, and they're pushing for this 3D blocky, something the characters shouldn't be. Like, they're just trying to, like, make it look real because the live-action movies are here, but when really, the old games, they had the comic book style look to them, the 2D look.
Comic book style Megaman would be pretty cool.
And that's what I want, like a 2D, keep it 2D, but like make it look like fresh, not this blocky 3D looking. I don't know, it's hard to explain if you haven't seen the trailer, but to me it's a little underwhelming to look at it that way.
Yeah, like I'm still glad it's coming because there wasn't. I think 2010 was the last time there was a game for Mega Man, and that was Mega Man 10, aka.
It was 9 and 10, right?
Was it separate?
I feel like 9 came out.
9 and 10 both came out within a stretch of time. I thought it was close together, but maybe I was wrong.
I feel like 9 was more of a surprise. People were like, "Oh,"
and then they got 10 like quickly after. And and maybe that's why they went 11 with that art style to kind of change it up and look like show that there was some sort of progression.
Yeah. But like I said, that's my only gripe with what I saw was just the way the background was. I would rather have seen it more 2D art stylish, but maybe I don't know. Just I feel like they could have done something with that.
Maybe it'll look better later on.
You said it's a year away.
They won't drastically change how it looks right now, but maybe they'll add things that make it look good or better.
Because I mean, the gameplay aspect looked fine to me.
It looked like it played like a Mega Man game.
Yeah.
So.
Just the way you had the power ups and everything like that, so that was cool. It wasn't trying to be something else. You look at it like, oh yeah, it's Mega Man.
Speaking about being something else, I appreciate that we're still doing the 2D Mega Mans, but part of me really wants a Mega Man Legends 3.
Everyone wants Mega Man Legends 3.
See, that's funny because that was a sleeper.
It was a cult hit.
Hit.
Yeah, it was more of a cult hit than it was. I remember I played through all of Mega Man Legends 1, and I think I got the second one. I don't think I ever beat it. But it was cool enough for me to play. Like, I enjoyed it. I'm sure now it would be... Do you have the game, John? Do you have it back there?
I don't have Legends. No.
Okay.
Now, that was on...
That'd be a Let's
Play. Was that PlayStation 1, right?
PlayStation 1.
And N64. I think the N64 suffered from some camera stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's probably because of the C buttons. Trying to figure that out.
So, I think... But I never played the Legends game just because when it first came out, I'm pretty sure that reviews weren't that good for them.
I don't know. Like I said, I played it, and I'm sure if I sat down and played it now, I'd probably be like, "Oh my god, this game is hot garbage." But
hot garbage.
Hot garbage.
It's hot garbage. That means it smells terrible.
Mega Man 11 might even be like a feeler for the company to see who would buy a Mega Man game, and then they'll release like a 3D game like Legends.
At this point, I'm like, just sell Mega Man to Nintendo. Let's just see what Nintendo can do, please.
They'll do an open world Mega Man, and all your blasters break after 3 shots.
Stop it! That's absolutely the worst thing they could do.
But I feel like they should have took like an anime style Mega Man.
That'd be different.
And used that as your platform. Did you ever see Mega Man 2.5? The gameplay of that? Where it's the 2D levels, but they pop out and they'll kind of come out like 3D a little bit.
I don't know this. Why
Look it up on YouTube. That looks awesome.
Is that like an official thing?
Yeah, like modders took the game and they made it into like a.
So it's not official.
Well, it's a thing.
It's a real thing.
Exists. It's real.
It's just not officially.
You can officially hold it in your game machine of choice.
It'll be on your computer.
That's official.
Yeah.
But Mega Man 11. We'll see what it looks like in a year, but right now I'm not really too impressed with it. I mean, I don't know.
I thought it was a cool announcement. I don't think anybody thought anything big was coming from the anniversary announcement.
I thought
and
it was
they got a new game, and you got the Mega Man X collection coming down
for Switch
eventually.
Yeah, which is cool.
I thought it was going to be a bunch of like merchandise stuff and no game announcements or some kind of another collection.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they surprised me. So I give them points for actually announcing a game.
Yeah. So
welcome back, Blue Bomber.
Or you know,
you can't say Bomber.
Not yet.
But he's
nope.
He's the blue lemon.
These times you can't say that.
He's a Blue Bomber.
He's a blue child.
Mega Man.
Mm-hmm. He needs abs. He should get ripped.
Maybe we'll get.
He needs a makeover.
Maybe we'll get a remaster of the cartoon, or maybe we'll get a new cartoon.
An anime. Netflix,
that
pick it up.
Mega Man cartoon was actually really awesome. I don't care what anybody.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I like to see something like that, but I guess Mega Man X sort of was that style, like the 16-bit sort of had that cartoony-ish style to it, which flowed nice. I guess maybe that's why they have to kind of push Mega Man, the original series, in some sort of direction. I don't know. I really don't know what they were thinking with that whole thing.
Mega Man.
Do or die.
Capcom doesn't think about anything with Mega Man.
At least they didn't come out with like...
I'm surprised they're not bought yet.
At least they didn't try to do what they did with Street Fighter 2 30th anniversary and come out with this like $800 thing. The red disc.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, it's $150, but it was from 8-bit, whatever. I'm still waiting for mine.
You're waiting for a lot of things. You're right there. Or is it the same thing you were talking about before?
It's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Is it released already? Or
I thought it was supposed to come out in November.
I have no idea.
Maybe
that has
next
gone
time,
and passed.
Don't give your money out to suspicious sites that you
Suspicious
have to wait.
Capcoms.
So Capcom, spelt theirs with K.
Yep.
It's okay. It was legit.
It's actually a backwards D, and they just...
Yeah. I get it. What else was there for news-wise?
That's pretty much it. There's really nothing else.
We talked about Destiny microtransactions. It's kind of the same thing.
I mean, you talked about EA. You guys talked about EA microtransactions last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still...
It's kind of been on the news.
It's always been.
Always.
Where did we leave off? Because that whole saga was quite the epic journey from, hey, Darth Vader costs too much, or you need to buy Darth Vader pretty much in order to actually get him, unless you want to waste 40 hours, to... hey, we took out microtransactions. Hey, they're going to be coming back eventually. Hey, Disney yelled at EA about putting the microtransactions in. Like, where did we leave off?
Well, EA lost $3 billion in stock.
Oh, that's new. I don't think we talked about that, so we can talk about that.
That's not threatening to them.
I mean, it's got to hurt. I mean, that was the gamers spoke about it, and that was everybody putting their money where their mouth was. I don't think the game's selling as well as they need it to sell right now.
So investors aren't happy. So that means EA's going to have to do something drastic.
Well, the thing too is apparently the story mode that we were waiting for it was like lackluster, really. It wasn't, oh my god, you guys have to play this because it's such an awesome story that's canon and you have to play it. It's just lackluster. So
I didn't hear good things about the story at all. And
I didn't hear anything about the story.
I haven't played it. I heard it wasn't that great. Some people, I guess, enjoyed it. I have just heard it wasn't great. I mean, I heard there was a lot of stuff that was shoehorned into it. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. And like, if you guys know that and you've played it, but like I heard that like they put in like spoiler. Evidently, they try to force feed you like Luke and Kylo Ren into the story.
Oh yeah,
and other characters, and I don't know why. I'm assuming it was like Disney's like, why isn't Luke Skywalker in this campaign?
The movie's coming out soon. Yeah, we need to promote Luke Skywalker.
Want to put Luke Skywalker? Why isn't Darth Vader in the game? In the campaign, you can play him in multiplayer. Why can't you play him in the campaign? Like, and I'm assuming that's what's happening. I don't know.
There's plenty of room for Luke to be in that tree over there.
I haven't played the campaign.
Just put him in that tree over there.
I haven't played the campaign, so.
Every other word out of every character is now should be Luke Skywalker.
But
so how was your day today, Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader?
So the interesting stuff was, again, lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
Evidently, Disney also said to them, I guess the original idea was to have like cosmetic changes, and Disney was like, no, you can't have different cosmetic changes as microtransactions. So you couldn't have like a pink Darth Vader. Like they want to keep everything.
I feel like that would be the only thing that would make sense at this point for them.
I would like a pink Darth Vader.
Well, I'm saying like that. It's not going to happen. Like that was one of the things. I guess they wanted to do that kind of custom stuff, and they didn't want to do it. But I don't know why you couldn't actually just do like different outfits from the movies. Like for Luke, like Luke doesn't have the same outfit the entire time. Like why can't you make him have different outfits? Like from Oh my god!
Why can't you outfit
Hoth.
swap?
I thought you were trying to find an episode number. I was like,
trying,
there's plenty to
I'm
choose
trying
from.
to figure out like planets. So he's on different planets. He has different outfits for every planet.
Hoth,
he's on.
his snow outfit.
Yeah, or
which
just something like that. You can
probably does have, right?
You can
probably
buy
one of the missions.
like something along those lines. So like I don't know. Like,
Do it right. Do it now.
But I get it. Like you don't want like why can't you change the lightsaber color?
Yeah.
Is it because?
Well, that's one of the things we're talking about. Like have I don't know, Darth Vader the size of Yoda or something ridiculous like that.
They don't want to mess with the canon, I guess.
Probably somewhere around the line they're writing a book somewhere that's canon that says Darth Vader became the size of Yoda. You never know. It could be infringing on someone else's canon story that's in development.
You might be right. But they don't want to screw with the canon, so...
Yeah. For I don't know, what do you think this means for EA? Do you think Disney's gonna...
They're gonna
take their Star Wars
rights
away
so.
from
I
them?
think EA's gonna do something.
But they haven't done anything... Sorry, I mean to cut you off, but they haven't done anything... Like Battlefront 1... Was that a big deal?
Battlefront 1 sold 14 million copies.
It's because it's shot.
Their goal was 10 million.
Because no one played the original ones. That's why. They didn't know what a real Battlefront was.
I know, you tried to show them.
I did.
With your live stream.
And people were happy about it.
I think moving forward, EA is gonna do something, be a little more pro-consumer in the short term, just to get back a little trust. And
yeah,
I'm sure.
All right. So they know, like we know that with EA, the Respawn, which they just bought, is working on a Star Wars game. So they have that Star Wars game being done. Outside of that, I don't know any other projects that they're doing because Visceral's game got shut down.
Right.
So they have 2 Star Wars games pretty much right now.
Mm-hmm.
The only other company I would like to see or publisher I would like to see do it is Ubisoft. I think Ubisoft can do it and do it well. I think they have enough love. They usually, I feel like they take enough love, time, and care with a lot of franchises and games that they're making more recently.
Mm-hmm.
That I think that they would probably be the best.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to give it to Activision. Activision would just murder it. Like they would just pump out. They would get like High Moon Studios, be like, "Hey, make these 5 games within the next 3 years."
They would call it Call of Duty, like Star Wars.
And that's the thing. Like, and that's what Battlefront practically is. It's practically Battlefield.
Yeah.
Like even from like the UI and everything like that, like, it looks very similar.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Like I would, if they pull their rights away from EA, the only people I think that could handle that kind of a franchise would be something like Ubisoft.
Yeah.
If it goes to Ubisoft, it'd be more single player focused rather than the.
What do you think? What if Disney made up their own, put it to their own studios?
I don't think they're going to make studios anymore. Disney doesn't have any video game studios anymore.
Yeah,
they shut it all down.
LucasArts was the last one they
shut down LucasArts, and then they had whoever's doing Disney Infinity. I can't remember the name of that.
No,
wasn't
Square?
No, it wasn't Square. I want to say it was Avalanche. It was another one of Avalanche's studios that were heading up Disney Infinity. The guys that did Just Cause and Mad Max. But either way, I don't think we're gonna see anybody else other than, like I said, maybe Ubisoft. See, an amazing thing would be like Sony's like, hey, give us the Star Wars franchise. And we're going to give it to Naughty Dog. And we're going to give it to Insomniac.
They wouldn't do that.
And we're going to give it... I mean, that'd be really impressive. But again, like, it's the money. They don't want to keep it exclusive.
They want the audience to be as broad as possible.
So, that's like I said. I feel like...
They want to be able to sell merchandise for these things.
I feel like Activision would just freaking dive bomb it. Like, I just don't see them making good games for Star Wars. Because you look at all the Marvel games that they did have. Turtles. All these licenses that just went away because they screwed it up.
Yeah.
James Bond screwed it up. So maybe Ubisoft if they did take it away from EA. But I want to talk about a specific topic regarding this, and like we've had some problems with Destiny lately in regards to all the controversy they had with the bright engrams and the experience points not actually giving you the actual increase as they were stating on their screen. There's a whole big thing. I'm sure everybody's aware of it, so I'm not going to bore them to death.
Thank you.
The conversation I want to have is just like, so clearly we are at a tipping point with microtransactions, costs of making the games. What do you guys think would be the ideal reality for how we pay for games that allow for to allow for us to be somewhat reasonably priced, but also allow for the devs to make a little bit more money to keep innovating?
Well, we kind of talked about that. I don't know if it was last podcast before, but I'd like to hear your take on it first, because if people were following, they already kind of know what we were talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about the games are going to have to go up.
Yeah.
We were talking about, too, the idea where, because Jonah was talking about, what did you spend $100 on or something like that? Oh,
Destiny?
It was either Xenoverse 2 or something like that, but you paid for
the season pass.
The season pass.
Yeah, season pass.
So you thought you had the whole game, but then they came out again with something else, and then blah, 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 blah. But we were thinking, okay, so if games come out, you'll have your shelf price, and then you have the $100 price, but that gets you everything that you're going to need.
Yeah, and ideally what I would want is to say, all right, $75. And that's pretty much what the price of inflation was, if you look back at when games were still $60, $70.
Right.
$75, I would say, gets you everything. All the multiplayer maps, etc. Then if you are going to have... See, it's
now, is that the base game or is that DLC included?
I think it would have to include everything. It would have to do whatever additional stuff that they're going to do at $75. But honestly, I would just want the entire game in one.
Yeah.
That's $75. If they're going to increase the amount.
How much does DLC go now for now? These days?
It depends. Like
what was the Destiny one?
$40.
Destiny was $40.
No, the season pass I think is $30.
$30.
Not sure because I bought it.
I bought the $100 one too. So.
I was asking the DLC that came out today.
No, that's part of the season pass.
Yeah, if you bought it separately, I think it's like $15 or $20.
Yeah.
Like you save money by.
Well, that's why I don't know if $75 would be able to. I think that's just going to have to be what the base game's going to be.
You'll probably still supplement it with some DLC.
Additional content. All I know is that if they're going to do $75, then it's the full game. And then, especially with like multiplayer maps are all in. Like if you're gonna increase it $15, just leave the multiplayer maps in, because I hate having a multiplayer game and then they splinter it with you need the season pass in order to play the other 5 maps that just launched.
Yeah, I feel like Halo started that.
Yeah, and it slowly has gone away, and that's part of the reason why Star Wars Battlefront is in the situation that it's in, because they came out and said no season pass this year for Star Wars. Everybody's gonna get all the maps. But now we have microtransactions, and this is where the snowball effect happened.
Yeah.
So like, I think a lot of people are starting to warm up to the idea that like, okay, make a game, full game, $75 with additional content, story content, whatever. Or maybe it's really.
See, that wouldn't make sense if they're charging DLC $20 though.
Yeah, and that's a question like that's my conundrum. But ideally, I guess the two things I would want at least is that $75. If it's really coming down to like it's coming harder and harder to make these games at 4K and higher frame rates, whatever the case may be, better textures, $75. Okay, all right. You probably sell less, or people are going to start making choices about how many games they're going to buy in a year. But if you need more to support like multiplayer games, like the multiplayer maps, then I'm fine with having microtransactions. But don't put them behind a random loot box or a loot, Bright Engram and Destiny. Because, again, I was under the assumption for a while, because I haven't actually put a lot of money into these microtransactions, but like with Overwatch, with Destiny's Bright Engram, with what they did with Star Wars Battlefront, you have these list of items and what the cost was. But in order for you to actually acquire those items, you would still have to buy the loot boxes and then break them down to whatever materials to actually buy them. What they would need to do is just, like I said, $75 for the original game, and then all the cosmetic stuff that you might want, allow us to put currency in and just buy those transactions and not leave it up to chance, because the chance is what's getting a lot of companies in trouble right now, and it's getting the government involved in a place I don't want them to be in.
Yeah.
Like I want them out of it as far as possible. They figured it out with the SRB decades ago. I just get the government away from it as much as possible. Just figure it out. If the cost increases, that's fine. Do away with the loot box system. Allow them to have purchases made for the transactions. Because at a certain point, you got to wonder. The loot box system makes a lot of sense because people keep pouring money into it instead of just being like, "Hey, I just want to buy these items." So it makes them more money.
Of course.
But
that's the whole idea of the gambling thing. It's a digital casino.
But that's my take on it. So $75 increase, all maps and everything included. And then if you want cosmetic items, you're able to buy them a la carte and not this random nonsense that we keep going through.
Consumer-wise, that's $75. Obviously, anyone's going to complain about a price like anywhere you go. Mm-hmm. And for anything you're buying. Unfortunately, I don't know if $75 is enough to get you that everything. Like $75 might ensure that you get a year's worth of that game, that you're buying a year's worth of that game, but then they can come out with a like a premium downloadable pack that you have to pay extra for. That's why I think they should kind of do the system where, okay, if you're going to buy $75, that gets you whatever what it is, but then they'll have another higher version, or they have the base price stays the same, but then they have within that same day, like you were talking about with the gold edition or whatever they call it, where you get the entire, it doesn't matter if the DLC comes out 5 years from now, you get that for free. You get that full game for $100, no matter what comes out. I mean, not everyone's going to want to do that, but you'd be surprised that people jump on things like that. Oh, this gives me the whole gold pass. This means I can play Destiny 2 no matter how many different DLCs come out, no matter if the total price in the end will be $200. I paid $100 for this thing. And that's probably the way that they'll get people to buy it, through the hype. But if you keep the base game where, okay, anyone can buy that, but if you choose to, you already have the option to buy the full game. And then whatever happens in between happens. But I think that would be a system that would benefit them without making too many people angry.
Yeah.
Because for me, personally, I don't want to already go out and buy and pay another $20 for Destiny right now. I'm not ready for that. And that's what happened with the first one too. Like I actually waited a whole year, and then I got the whole game for like $30.
Yeah.
Like the whole everything. So... But if a game...
But it's also... Well, for games like Destiny, a lot of the value is in like the initial release when everyone's doing the one thing, and that's where the community's at. Because you're just... when you go in at $30, everyone's already done it.
Well, with Destiny, it's
these have been found already.
It's like a poor example because, with Destiny, it's a specific game. I feel like I missed the boat on everything. When I got it, I was like, okay. But, and then I see my score go from like whatever it was to like the top rank, and I'm like... I feel like I cheated. but any game, like for instance, I mean, I personally would love for them to just get like fighting games we were talking about 2 weeks ago, the last podcast, where it doesn't make sense to me where there's DLC for fighting games unless it should be more story or a new mode or something like extravagant versus you get 3 new characters. It's like, what happened where you unlock these characters in the game? Like you do, like you should be promoting people to want to play your game better and more than just like throwing out money going, I'll buy those 3 characters.
I would be fine if it was a mix. Like I would like it like for like Injustice or Mortal Kombat where like there's 3 hidden characters and this is what you have to do to get these 3 hidden characters. You know, add some sort of like reason to play.
You have to beat this game in hard mode under this amount of time.
And then
this character,
stories,
you get
like,
this
story elements to it and stuff like that. Yeah. And then if you want to add characters that you can buy, so be it. But like, I feel like there should be some other characters in there to unlock without just playing the entire game.
And I feel like they should add a system where you earn DLC. Like if you do specific things, like okay, you beat the game on hard mode under this amount of time, you can unlock. We'll give you this DLC. Like it makes people want to play the game. It makes people want to replay the game. How many times did you play a game, play it once, and be like, it was okay, and then like you said, you trade it in. And then that's that. And if it's good again, you'll get it again. But it's like...
It's just terrible.
Yeah.
I think Street Fighter's got a system like that, where if you earn fight money through the PvE fights, and you can use that to buy the DLC characters and stuff. But it's... You need a lot of points.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just throwing money down a hole and you get a character back.
It's like going to the boardwalk where you play the games on the boardwalk and you spend $80 to get like a $5 pencil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, I mean, that'd be cool to see because then it pushes people to want to play that game and play it longer than just shelve it, and then go back to it later.
Honestly, I think what they should do is instead of just bringing a game out and then canceling support for it 6 months later or something like that, just keep it going like Rainbow Six Siege has. You just keep supporting it. You have the full game, then later on you have another huge update, maybe a Taken King level update, and just keep that going for a while. And in between you have like these cosmetic DLCs.
And that's the other thing to think about too is like even if it's like a $75 price point to get your kind of foot in, there's so many more games going to these games as a service or like almost like a hobbyist type game. Like that's what Destiny, the Bungie podcast that they released last week after they released the update, they talked about like the 3 different types of players, like the tourist, which pretty much in a sense comes in, does a campaign, leaves. the kind of like casual player that will come in, jump in periodically, see what's going on with the updates maybe. And then you have like the hobbyists, the people that constantly play these games. And I'm finding, and I feel like we're starting to slowly get to this period where people are only going to start playing 2 or 3 games in a year. Because they're going to have their 1 game or 2 games that they constantly go back to, like a World of Warcraft or a Destiny or Overwatch or something like that. And it's really going to come down to different ways to keep people interested and keep you coming back.
Yeah.
So.
And without breaking the bank.
Yeah, that's
because, you know, that's the thing too, is as prices go up, like for instance, inflation, $75 for a game, you know, it's quite a bit for people that we're already only buying maybe a couple games a year, and then so they're gonna have to really push to keep people wanting to play that game, or else they'll just trade it in. I mean, obviously trade in, you know, if you trade it in and buy it again, it helps them, but most people don't buy the game again. A lot of people just play it just to play it, and then or red box it for a little while.
Not Carmine.
You're a special person.
I torture myself. I'm like, buy it digital. Now you can't trade it.
Well,
don't get that itch again.
See, I learned my lesson because there's a lot of games that I had that I want to play again, but now they're like $200 or something ridiculous. You know, it's like, I had that game. It was in mint condition because I keep my games awesome, and it's like, I had it. But now it's like, do I want to get it again? I don't want to spend that much for it. But yeah, so it's an interesting topic, interesting thing to think about. Because we have really been stuck on this price point for the base game for a long time now. Yeah,
I mean, it hasn't changed, and
since PS2,
it's weird. Yeah, it's weird too because like, yes, it's getting a lot more expensive, and there's certain things that are getting a lot more expensive, like marketing. Like to put a Super Bowl ad up or like a football Sunday ad up is a lot more money now than it probably was years ago. But it helps the game sell. The other side of it, though, is that, and I listened to on IGN, they have a podcast that Ryan McCaffrey does. It's IGN Unfiltered, and they recently did an episode with Randy Pitchford from Gearbox, and the topic kind of came up, but the idea, the statement that he pretty much said is that like, yes, absolutely, like, you know, it has become more expensive to make games, but at the same time, the tool sets have gotten a lot easier to make games as well. So a lot more is being done preemptively if you're using a certain engine and stuff like that. That kind of cuts back on some of the work.
I always feel the biggest expense is obviously the actors.
The marketing, I think, is the hugest expense.
Well, marketing, yeah, of course.
AAA, EA, Activision, the marketing has got to be. Like, just thinking about like what they did with Destiny, that live action trailer, I can only imagine how much all that cost. And then to actually put it up there and get the ad going, all the different ads going on Football Sunday and stuff like that, like... Yeah, I can only imagine how much that probably costs. But my assumption would be that marketing is probably the highest thing that they have to pay for.
Yeah. But looking back at what games used to be, as opposed to now, like everything's got to have like, well, especially Bungie, thinking Bungie, like they have the actors, they have the orchestra behind all the music and stuff, like the things that actually go into making the game.
Yeah.
You know, technology, like you were saying, the tools are there. They should be getting easier. But I feel like the actors and then the music itself in the development of it is expensive as well. Marketing has always been crazy. It's just how it is, and they spend so much money. You know, they obviously put aside what they have to for it, but the good news is though there's social media now for these things. Of course, they pay for the promotions, but
YouTubers, Twitch streamers help
exactly, too, and they'll look at that, but they gotta pay for them as well. But it's to spread the news is getting easier versus, just throwing it in a game magazine, I guess, back in the day and trying to... Because there was... I remember the Crash Bandicoot commercials where they had the guy with, like... He's like... Yeah, he was in the suit and stuff like that. And, that obviously was only aired, you'll see it on, like, Cartoon Network or something like that, or, they gotta have that perfect placement to reach that audience that they need, but, everyone's into gaming now, so they, like, the Super Bowl you're talking about, they, mostly, like, sports events, like football's usually big for things like that, like, they just did, a trailer tease for the new Jurassic Park movie, but most things, they come out for, like, during the football games, which cost so much money. But that's a huge audience. You know,
But
you
it's
have
a big
kids watching
payoff.
it, you have parents watching it, but yeah. So anyway, Jonah, what do you think?
I think I don't want the price to be increased at all, but I know that if I believed that they would change their model to be a little more pro-consumer with the DLC, I would be okay with it.
Yeah,
but I know they won't.
Yeah, well,
because
that's
the floodgates are open.
Yeah,
they know they make money.
Make a lot.
That's
of
what
money.
we were talking about too. It's like, okay, so maybe you pay more, which gives them more towards the DLC. So it actually it's like a whole nother huge experience. But then it's like, nah, they're still gonna pull the same stuff that they're pulling now. It doesn't matter how much you're giving them; they're just gonna
maybe
do the same thing.
Like maybe they'll have more money to pay people, so they don't have to close studios every now and then. But
well, that's the big thing too.
That's
it seems like a lot of the big studios are like one bad game away from just shuttering.
Yeah. Sometimes that's the thing with today is like everything. A lot of times the small studios, everything is on a line with this one game, and if that game goes down, they go down.
Yeah. So
it's really stressful, and sometimes that shows in games with a lot of glitches and bugs.
Well, it's
like Mass Effect. Like when they ship that game, they as developers, they always know what's broken. They know that when they ship a broken game, that they're gonna find the issue. People are gonna find the issues. So a lot of times the developers know, but at a certain point they have to ship it.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel, as games get more released, I feel like they're working better with getting them done before they release.
Mm-hmm.
But then that's another thing too is, are they cutting stuff out that we don't know about and then trying to resell it to you as DLC or something down the road? Just because, hey, it wasn't fine-tuned yet, but we'll take the extra months to fine-tune it and we'll charge you $20 for it. Who knows?
You don't really know.
A couple free DLCs go a long way in the public opinion of the developer. So maybe they'll be more inclined to buy DLCs from you later on.
Well, I remember Halo, and I don't know if this is much today because, like I said, I don't really buy that a lot of DLC. I usually just go for the regular game and then play it until I can't go any further, and then that's it. But I know they did release free DLC after a certain amount of time. Like, okay, you can get these maps for free now, or something like that. They just became free, but that's because I think they released maybe 4. I'm thinking Halo 3, 4 different DLC.
That's really going back. I couldn't even.
Yeah, I know.
Couldn't even tell you.
I had so much fun in Forge. I made some really fun games in that game. So.
Yep. PSX.
We'll do a lot because this podcast is obviously coming out before and after the video bash that will come out after. So
what are you hearing? What rumors are you hearing? What are you expecting to see? PSX.
Goats of Tsushima.
Goats or ghosts?
Ghosts. And goats. The DLC
ghosts.
is
the
goats.
DLC.
That's the
goats.
expansion.
Yeah,
Samurai goats.
I'm excited to see that. I guess there's some rumors going around about Devil May Cry might show up. Soul Calibur might show up.
I did hear something about,
but I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be at PSX or it's going to be at Game Awards. So
I heard something about Devil May Cry coming back with the regular Dante.
Which would be
Really?
insane.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What do you guys? Are you guys excited for Death Stranding?
I'm assuming, honestly, I don't think that's. I mean, by this time that you watch it, you'll probably know. But Jeff Keighley and Kojima have a really strong relationship, so I have a feeling if we're going to see Death Stranding, it's going to be at the Game Awards.
The Game
If anything.
I'm intrigued by it.
Norman Reedus is actually going to be there. Kojima's going to be there. I believe Del Toro is going to be there. There at the Video Game Awards. So
when is the awards? That's
Thursday. So
yesterday, if you're watching the video.
So they'll know by the time that they watch this.
Yeah, that's why we didn't really dive into that stuff, just because we didn't know about.
Yeah.
We record these on Tuesdays, by the way.
I don't know if there's anything out right now that would be like blow me away, like anything like I'd be like super excited about, but who knows?
Yeah, I mean, we know that whatever they show of The Last of Us isn't. I mean, the game's not coming out for a while.
Last of Us 2 is games as a service.
Just like Death Stranding and just like Last of Us, they just need to go away. Just stop showing stuff. Just go away, make the game.
Yeah, and I'm all ready to play Detroit, so that's fine. Just come out with that game, I'll play it.
We'll see what Dreams is. I'm still kind of holding true to the idea that it's probably going to be a PlayStation VR game again. Or now it's going to be a PlayStation VR game. Because Media Molecule likes messing with hardware and making it worth something like they did with the Vita and tear away.
Yeah, and God of War, when's that coming out? That's coming out.
The rumor actually hit. There was I guess it popped very quickly on some website I saw before I got here. Something about March.
Okay.
They had a date that showed up.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, they've been showing the heck out of it.
Yeah,
so.
I think it's close to being done.
You think they'll show it out here?
I don't know, they'll show it, or if it, I think it'll just be like maybe a trailer and a release date.
That's another thing that just come out. You know,
there's no gameplay. I know that they're not showing it off on the showroom floor.
Yeah.
I don't think anyway. So I have a feeling we'll just get the game when it comes out. It comes out.
I mean, you know, who knows? There could be some unexpected announcements, which would be awesome.
Which they need.
They need
something to pop.
Do you know of anything off the top of your head that would blow their minds?
I feel like most of the big studios are accounted for. The only thing I think that
Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, but if they're gonna show something, they better be like a release date. Like, hey, Chapter 1,
2025.
Chapter 1 in February. Here we go. Like something along those lines. Or another one that would get people really hyped is Bloodborne 2. If they can show something Bloodborne 2, even if it's like a title screen, I think that would be enough to get people excited.
I think those are big enough to be on E3's release because I think they'll hold it back for that.
See,
I thought so too. With Last of Us, they showed Last of Us 2's trailer.
Yeah, but
I
guess for Bloodborne, since that's a PlayStation one, then
and even though Bloodborne's popular, it's like a smaller fan base because it's a Souls fan base and it's not for everybody. So.
Do you think they're gonna show off Metal Gear Survive?
No. No, I'm pretty sure Kojima was like, show that.
I just want to see his face and be like, what is this shit?
Jeff.
What is this?
He just walks out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's no chance in hell that Metal Gear Solid Survive is on the stage of the game.
They
chance.
set him up.
It's a sting.
You have to comment about this.
I will lick my foot on the next episode if they show Metal Gear Solid.
What happens if they pull some Kojima shit and they make it into Metal Gear Solid 6?
No.
What happens if they're like, hey, JK, we're all friends again?
No, it's not gonna happen. Nope.
But I do want to see something as surprising as the Ninja Turtles reveal was for Injustice 2.
Yeah, it was a nice surprise.
Did you see the reaction video to that thing? Like
not other people's reactions.
Well, I don't like reaction videos solely. But
I know, but you keep telling me about these reaction videos you're watching.
No, this was one where they were showing off the game to like a crowd of people.
Okay.
So and like people were going insane, and I want to see that reaction.
I want
to
a good Turtles like movie, and I want a good Turtles game. Like I want those things.
You can keep waiting. It's not
gonna happen. The only way that I think I'll be happy is if they follow the Jim Henson's like puppets.
Go back to
from like the 80s and 90s.
I mean, budget wise, I feel like that would be awesome. I mean,
it's got to be cheaper now than the CGI that they do, right?
CGI is out of control.
That's what I'm saying. Go back to that way. Use those types of suits again. Just go freaking.
I just think honestly, it's just. The amount of money these studios spend on CG and everything is ridiculous.
There's going to be a tipping point with Hollywood. That's a whole nother podcast. But there is going to be a tipping point with Hollywood because there are so many movies that bombed this year that did not make their budgets back. They have to come up with a new way of releasing movies or something. Like they need new ways. So many movies with these high name actors are not getting the kind of money back. Like it's just other than Marvel.
They need to
like Justice League bomb. Well, I don't think they bombed, but they're not making their money back.
They need to cut back on salaries. They need to cut back on what it costs.
Yeah.
They honestly, I'm a fan of like the 80s with the I was gonna say the cosmetic effects, but the the physical.
Well, that's what I always
creature
liked.
Creations and things like that.
That's what
practical effects. Thank you.
That's what I always liked about Lim Wiseman, the producer, and I think he directed the first two Underworlds, if I'm not mistaken. He used a mixture of CG and the actual makeup artists and the actual suits and stuff like that. So, like, if you look at Underworld 1 and 2, like, what they could do with, like, actual bodysuits and, makeup artists and stuff like that, they did. But some of the harder stuff they actually used.
Right. I mean, there's things that CG helps with the that green screen obviously like that. You can't. Yeah. Like, you can blow something up and without having to create this live 2-scale model and then all these expensive real explosions, they can do that in the studio, which makes sense. But when you have, for instance, speaking of Marvel with the Infinity Wars trailer that came out last week, the reveal of Thanos and people like questioning like what he looks like and stuff like that. But going back to the end credit scene from Avengers, the first one, when you just see him turn to the camera. There was an actual guy that dressed up. They had him all makeup. He looks badass, and they actually replaced his face digitally. So everything you saw was digital, even though he was. It was all practical effects, and it's like, why would you do that? Like, and it just makes no sense because you spent the money on the practical effects, and then you make it digital, which probably costs another.
And that's what I don't get. So like, I don't know. There's going to be a tipping point with Hollywood. Eventually, they're going to have to find better ways or cheaper ways to do things. Just like I said, other than some of the hero movies or Marvel movies, some of the bigger names, like there was a lot more bombs this year than there was. I feel like. Yeah.
Well, I think people,
they're also finding other ways to watch movies, like
that's another thing.
Also,
and
people are becoming more patient.
But
and ticket sales are high too.
Ticket sales are high. DVD, Blu-ray prices are high as well, and it's getting to the point where it's like, hey, how much money do you want us to spend to go out and because movie theaters got to make their money back too somehow, and
through concessions,
and that's
why they're so expensive.
Yeah. That's why you see people walking in on a summer day with a trench coat full of stuff.
I'm not hungry.
I'm just big boned.
And that's what it is. It's just, like you said, they just got to cut back on salaries. And, there's so much crazy stuff happening in the news nowadays with, high level studio execs and people that make a lot of money, and you find out what's going on behind closed doors with some of these people and realize that, these people are creeps.
Yep.
And they shouldn't have all this money to begin with.
Mail it to us. We'll take care of it for you.
The money.
Keep it a nice. You don't deserve it. Give it to us.
Give it to the people. But it's interesting because that's like you said, it's a whole nother topic. I know. You can get into what people make to make movies these days. You have people sweating all day doing one thing, and then you have people doing stuff. But I know you do. You're a walking sponge.
He's sweating now because we told him we're going to end the podcast, and we're 15 minutes after.
It's like, I have nothing to say. I wasn't prepared.
I was ready to go.
But anyway, guys, that is the podcast. Thanks for watching and or listening. I did say watching again.
We need a t-shirt.
Thanks for watching and or listening.
I mean, we can coin it. Just say watching.
Yeah. Watching. Screw it. I'll keep saying watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching and or listening.
You can't say listening. So you got to double down on watching, or you got to say either watching or listening, or just double down on watching.
Thanks for watching, which stands for, if you're new, watching and listening, because you can find this podcast audio version on iTunes, SoundCloud, or any other app of your choice. And we put this up on Fridays on YouTube. We used to do Friday, Saturday, and Monday, but now it's just one video for all your viewing pleasure. So thanks for watching and or listening. Watching. I'm John for Cartridge Blast Gamers.
I'm Jonah.
I'm Carmen.
Stay awesome. We'll see you next time. Peace.